Hi Yens, how you doing today? It's Wednesday, October 31st, 2018, and dare I say, Happy Halloween. Probably most of you are going to watch this after Halloween, but Happy Halloween anyways. I am not a Halloween celebrator, but I know most of you are, so if you celebrate Halloween, Happy Halloween. I am happy that Halloween is almost over because then the fun holidays are coming up. So, in my personal opinion. But, needless to say, many people are celebrating and having fun, and I know many of you are going to have a wonderful day today and dress up and have lots of fun. And lots of that was happening at work today, and it was fun to see the students enjoying the Halloween festivities. So, happy Halloween. I hope you got lots of October dark stitching in and that you are ready to move on to something else now, because now it is, I guess we go right from October to Christmas, even though we have in the United States we have another holiday in between there, which is one of my favorite that is now pretty much overlooked because it is now Christmas season as if you're a retailer. Anywho, so happy Halloween, happy pre-Thanksgiving if you're an American, and I know it's happy retail season for Christmas because I'm already getting my Black Friday sale ads in my emails. So let's go right into, I received the random act of kindness, and I know if you watch Letitia, yay, Letitia's back. Hi Letitia, the crafty curator. She had mentioned this on her welcome back video that she had when she went to her retreat in Virginia the same weekend that I was at in Minnesota, that she found this on the freebie table and immediately thought of me, and so she sent this my way whenever I said yes please. So this is the La Mémoire de France. So this is all architectural monuments in France. I think they're pretty much all in Paris actually, but or I guess they're not all in Paris, but they're all, you know, French architectural masterpieces. So I will be excited to have that in my collection, and maybe one day we'll be able to stitch up. And like she said, that even though they are quite small, most of these are not that big. There is a lot of detail in those patterns, and that is my type of pattern. So very happy and excited to have that. So thank you very much, Letitia. You were very kind and generous to think of me. Okay. Another thing I don't do too often is I wanted to give a little bit of a mention to a channel that I have recently just started watching, but I know many, many, many of you have been watching for a long time, and somehow they have just slipped past my radar, and I've heard them mentioned many times before, and they've come up in conversation with me, but I just have never gone over to watch them. And I don't know why, because they live very close to me and we have to get together very soon. And that is Deb and Liz at the Country Stitchers. So I have started watching the Country Stitchers, and I started from the beginning. So I am binge watching the Country Stitchers whenever I have a chance to watch a few episodes at a time. And I love them. I love you guys. I think you guys, you ladies, are wonderful stitchers. So if you haven't checked out the Country Stitchers, Deb and Liz, go check them out. They are very eclectic, I would say, in their stitching styles, but also in their crafting. They do many different kinds of crafts. I know that Liz is also a beater and does, I don't know what it's called. I can't remember offhand. Peyote, some kind of beading. but it's fascinating. And Deb had already finished the Autumn Forest Quaker that I am excited to get started on, that I found at Stitchville. So, and she had mentioned that on one of my comments, and I think that's how I found them. That's how I realized that I need to go watch them because of that. And then while I was watching them, she enabled me to go and buy another pattern. So we will have that hopefully next week in our update. Okay, so that is all of the news and biz of the week. I had a wonderful weekend of absolutely not leaving the house. I left once on late Sunday night to go to buy some groceries. And all I did was stitch and knit all weekend, and it was wonderful. I did watch the football game. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen my Pittsburgh Pride post to celebrate Pittsburgh because, of course, they were playing against the Browns, our arch rivals, one of our arch rivals, and of course we won. And but also I had to throw that out there because of the travesty that happened in Pittsburgh this weekend. So I wanted to show some love there. And I also wanted to say thank you to those of you who have reached out to me. Was it Saturday? I think it was on Saturday, asking if I was safe because they weren't sure if I lived in Pittsburgh. I do not live in Pittsburgh, but I know many people that do live in Pittsburgh. And I had people contacting me prior to me even knowing about the incident, and they live in a different country. So that just tells you how quickly news travels. So I had Canadians telling me, and it wasn't Caroline, I had Canadians telling me about the whole Pittsburgh incident before my news here in Pennsylvania, my Pennsylvania news, because I get Philadelphia news, even informed me of what was going on. So thank you all to all of you who reached out to me to ensure my safety. I am safe and well. Okay, we're going to switch it up a little bit and we're going to start with some knitting. So since last week, I have completely finished, not completely finished, knitting. I completely finished knitting the foot of the sock, my first sock. And as you see, I cut off the yarn ball on this one because now all I have left to do is the toe. So all I have left to do is the toe. I just haven't gotten there yet because I've been doing some other knitting. So I am ready to do the toe. I just have been very distracted by some other knitting. So one sock is so close to being done. And then when I was doing some chatting that I couldn't really be too distracted, I went ahead and casted on my second sock. Because that was simple, easy 2x2 rib. So the second sock is cast on and ready to go and I'm slowly working down on the leg of that sock, which I need to count my rows to ensure that it is the same length as the first sock. So both socks are progressing nicely. You can see they are slightly different, and because of the way of the pooling that has occurred, they're different but similar. But that's nice. I like that. So, you know, this is wonderful. Very nice yarn. I love the colors of this yarn. So very happy with that. So that is my sock. That is, and if you are interested in learning how to knit socks, you can go over to Caroline from Off the Grid Needle Arts channel. She is teaching me and anyone else who wants to learn how to knit socks. The last video just went up this past weekend, I think. So go check that out. There is also a playlist on her channel so that you can get all the past episodes, so that if you want to start from the beginning and learn how to knit with us, you can, there's is never a time too late to start. Then the knitting that has been totally distracting me from everything is my sweater. And this is all I did last night because I was 100% engulfed in doing the sweater. So I was grateful to the codependent knitters, Lisa and Dawn, as well as the fiber friends, Caroline, Adrian, and Louise, for helping me to understand my pattern whenever I went to attach the sleeves to the body, because it was just confusing me. Whenever you're new to something, it's, for me, and if I can't talk through it, it's confusing, especially reading some of these knitting patterns, because I'm a cross stitcher. We don't have a whole lot of words on our patterns. We just have symbols and colors, and you know, we don't have all these words and abbreviations, and when you read a knitting pattern, it just doesn't make sense. So thankfully, they all helped me understand how to properly piece the three pieces, the body and the two sleeves together. And then I went ahead and started in on the color work. And here is where we are at today. So I am now into the 5th color of the color work. And so this is actually, let me see. Here's the sleeve. Yeah, that's the sleeve. And this is the sleeve. So this would be the front of the sweater. And it is a textured color work pattern of pearls and knits. And as you can see, you know, my color work was not perfect at the beginning, and I'm perfectly fine with that because I had never done color work before. So I was concerned about my color work being too tight, because all the videos I watched showed, you know, you want to make sure that your trails in the back are not too tight. So, and then as I was going, I think I was too loose. So I got better as I went on, and you can see that in the consecutive rows up. But I am super pleased with how this is turning out. Very, very happy with the way everything is looking on the sweater. I'm loving the colors. The colors are slightly different. It is slightly more green down here at the base because I had to add a different color for color 3. Instead of being a brownie color, it is more of it is a green. It's thyme. The color thyme, like THYME. So it's like a dark green, and then we go into a light green, and then a light brown, and then now I'm into the yellow turmeric color. So very, very pleased with that. Okay, so that is all of my knitting. All of my knitting, but that's been a lot of knitting. I am slow with the color work just because I'm it's hard for me to hold two different colors of yarn in the same hand and knit with that. So slow but steady, and we're gonna get there. And now my stitching. What most of you are all here for is my stitching. The only stitching I have been working on this week is my Heaven and Earth Designs Henry VIII. And I've been taking my time, I'm not in a hurry or a rush with this. And I've been switching back and forth between stitching and knitting so that I don't get overwhelmed with the confetti. And so here is where I am at today. So I'll show up close first. You can see I do have most of his fist done. And so here is the fist. And this is going to be the glove that he is holding in his hand. And then, of course, I'm starting to do all of the confetti across the entire page, color by color. So very pleased with that. Yes, I was working on the hand, the fist, during the Stitch With Me video. And I'm very, very pleased with how that's turning out. So just slow and steady. I'm trying to work on him a little bit every day. Yesterday I was going to switch to stitching, and then I just got engulfed into the knitting, and it was 10:30 before I realized. I was like, oh, I need to go to bed. So no stitching got done last night, but that's okay. That's life. So very happy with that. I'm probably going to, after I get done with this video, I'm going to stitch tonight, but I might switch out my projects a little bit just to give me a little bit of variation, and then move back to him tomorrow or Friday. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. I don't have any plans. I'm just going with how I feel. I really just want to go where the mood takes me right now. I don't have any like major plans or expectations of myself. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay, so I do not have any purchases to show you today. However, I have made a few purchases that will probably be here in the next week or so. So next week we might have some purchases. And yes, they're patterns. Okay, and they're weird patterns. They're patterns you wouldn't expect me to buy. So yes, we'll get to those next week. And finally, I have some business news, my shop update. I do not have any patterns ready for release yet. However, we will be having some coming up soon. I have been working on some revamping of my Instagram account. So going forward, and it will be posted here on the screen, I am creating a separate account for my business. So I'm going to continue to maintain Ginger Gerald Stitcher for my personal stitching and life updates. And so please continue to follow me there for everything Ginger Gerald related. And then everything Ginger Gerald Designs related will be on a separate Instagram account called Ginger Gerald Designs. So there will be everything business news, updates, and promotional, updates. So please follow me there on my Instagram for the business as well as my personal account. So it's Ginger Gerald Stitcher. I'm the stitcher, so that's me, Ginger Gerald Stitcher. And then Ginger Gerald Designs for the business. And this week, to give you a little heads up, make sure you follow me, because sometime this week I might post a promotion for the shop. So go check that out. I also plan to do some fun giveaways, and if you are stitching my designs, I want to be able to feature you in a way that I want to honor those of you who are stitching my designs and being creative. So this is also a great way to separate the business from me and to be able to showcase all of you who have wonderful stitching, and to honor those of you who have also purchased from me. So going forward, I will have that separate account for Ginger Gerald Designs so that I can feature all of your wonderful stitching if you use the hashtag Ginger Gerald Designs. So there's the Ginger Gerald Stitcher, that's me, and then there's Ginger Gerald Designs, so for the profile, as well as the hashtag Ginger Gerald Designs for anything stitching related that you are stitching. Make sure you hashtag that so that I can see your updates and I can share those with the rest of the world and help give you praise for your stitching as well. So I hope to see you on both accounts in Instagram, and make sure you keep following and check out the business account for a potential promotion sometime this weekend or even earlier. It'll be sometime soon. So check that out, and that is all I have for you this week. So don't forget to always check the business. Remember, through the end of the year, I have any printed pattern is buy one get one, or buy two ship free. Buy two ship free, and you use the coupon code and you will get free shipping if you buy 2 or more patterns. So go check out my Etsy store, Ginger Gerald Designs. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you on Saturday for my Stitch With Me video if you watch the Stitch With Me videos. And don't forget to always be creative. Have a great day.